Hey, I'm Blaze, and this is Pokemon LeafGreen version. I just had a bowl of instant ramen, so I'm full of sodium and ready to go. This is a series I'm doing alongside a Let's Play of Pokemon Fire Red. Pokemon Fire Red is going to be, if you've already seen the episode, because that's going up first, you'll know that it's a more completionist sort of run of the game. I go into a lot of depth about the game's mechanics and what Pokemon are like, etc., etc. This is going to be a much more casual affair in terms of like attention to detail, and I'm also going to be laying some special rules for myself, so that there is a bit of a challenge to mix it up a bit. Because for those who don't know, Pokemon games, when released in pairs, they tend to be very similar, but there are marginal differences, so I thought this would be a fun way to show off those differences and also provide a bit more of an interesting difference in content, I guess. I worded that very poorly, but you can watch both if you want a very complete experience, or you just watch one or the other, but for those who watch both, I want it to be a little bit interesting, not just be the same thing, so, you know. Yeah. So, let's get this started. I'll explain the rules sort of as we go along, I guess. We're just gonna skip through this. It really isn't important. But yeah, blah, blah, blah. We're gonna go on an adventure. I didn't mean to hit that. No, I don't want to help. I don't want help. I was just mashing buttons for no reason, and I opened up the help menu. Hello there, glad to meet you, blah, blah, blah. This is Professor Oak. He's gonna give us a little rundown, but I really don't care. I've played this game numerous times, so I don't feel like reading it. If you want to hear me read it, go watch the other series, because I don't feel like it this time. Okay, so in Fire Red, we're playing as a boy. For LeafGreen, we're gonna choose a girl character. So yeah, this is one of the main differences, actually. I didn't talk about this in Fire Red, but one of the big differences between this and the games they're remakes of, Pokemon Red and Green or Pokemon Red and Blue, whichever you prefer, is that there is the female option. It's implied there was originally going to be a female option, but it seemed to have been scrapped in the original Game Boy games prior to release. We're gonna name her Green because that's her official name, so to speak. Some people, I mean, it's either Green or Leaf. Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee, which are actually the latest games released, suggest that her name is Green, and it just seems more cohesive. It seems weird to have Red, Blue, and Leaf. I get that it's because she was introduced in Leaf Green, and there actually is official merchandise, at least one like figure that calls her Leaf, but I don't care. That's less official, and also I prefer Green to Leaf, so let's just go with that. Also, Pokemon Adventures, which is a manga adaptation that I really like, calls her Green. It's funny, our rival is Blue, but in Pokemon Adventures as well as in the official version, their names are flipped because, the names are flipped, sorry, I like spaced out for a second. The names are flipped because everywhere but Japan got Red and Blue instead of Red and Green. So I guess they figured it'd be more appropriate to name the rival Blue, and they just gave her Green because it was what was left over. So yeah, so if you watch Fire Red, there's a potion in that PC, but we're just gonna skip it because who cares? And we're not gonna talk to our mom because kids don't respect your parents. That's a bad idea or something. I don't know. So let's go ahead and trigger this. Go ahead and try to walk in the grass. Old man screams at us, or like at least that's what I like to imagine. So, or well, I guess we don't get the opportunity to do it. I forgot to change some things in the menu because there is some stuff I want to change before we proceed, but we'll have an opportunity before the first fight, and that's what matters. So yeah. So, yeah, Blue's gonna say, hey, Gramps, give me a thing, and we're gonna say, we're gonna get a thing first. So, we're gonna go to the options real quick. Text speed's gonna be fast. I wish there was an instant option, but there isn't, since I'm just skipping through everything anyway. Battle scene is on still, because the animations are pretty. Battle style is going to be set. sound stereo. And then we're gonna have the I did not mean to do that, although LA is fine too. And then frame is going to be the green one because we're playing LeafGreen, so that seems appropriate. I'm gonna go ahead and save. So yeah. The battle type set thing is one of the special rules I've set because it makes it slightly more difficult, or at least it encourages you to be a bit more strategic with your choices. Speaking of choices, we're gonna go ahead and pick Squirtle as our starter. So yeah, between the two versions, funnily enough, Charmander's the one getting left out. Even though he's probably the most popular of the starters. Maybe not. Squirtle is especially popular now, I suppose. We're not going to name Squirtle yet. We might choose a name for him later, but for now, we're not doing that. So yeah, something that's kind of interesting. I didn't plan this when I started like coming up with the idea for these Let's Plays, but the version mascot of each game is, corresponds to our rival's starter, so that's kind of interesting. He's gonna fight us. Okay, fine. Let's kick his butt. Let's do it. The most boring fight in the game, but you know, it's fine. We kind of gotta get it out of the way. Speaking of boring, we gotta listen to Professor Oak run his mouth a little bit, I guess. Blah blah. Try battling and see for yourself. So let's go ahead and do it. There's not really much we can do, so we're just gonna tackle him. You know, now that I'm thinking about it, it's gonna sound dumb. I might actually run back and grab that potion from the PC. I don't think we'll need it, but I don't know. I was trying to seem like a cool guy by saying being like, oh, I'm just gonna skip it. I don't need your help, game. But you know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, I might actually go ahead and grab it. But yeah, I'll probably just cut that out so you don't have to watch it happen. But because that'll take time, and time is not really of the essence, but it's something that I don't want to waste anyway. Blue's gonna throw a temper tantrum right in front of his grandpa because he lost in a pet fighting battle thing. So yeah, that went pretty well. You can actually lose that fight, but I didn't lose in either version, so that's good. But yeah, I'll go ahead and grab that potion and then cut it. Alright, so we grabbed the potion that I stupidly ignored earlier. Admittedly, part of the reason I was going to not grab it was because I, for some reason, thought it was part of the rules I've set that I couldn't get it, but it's actually not at all. It originally was, because one of the rules I had in place was that I was going to make it so that I couldn't pick up items anywhere. I could only like purchase items, but I kind of did away with that rule because it seemed like it might cause some problems down the line. So we're gonna get the introduction of our first rule, and that's that in a wild fight, unless it's a Pokemon I'm capturing, we have to run away. So yeah, basically no getting experience from wild encounters. That's just going to be totally taken out of the equation. So the only way we're going to be getting experience is from trainer battles. So yeah, that's just sort of, so we can't just freely battle and gain experience and grind, even if we want to. I'm going to try to avoid most battles. Even if we did want to catch anything here, we wouldn't be able to. Unfortunately, we ran into a fight, but it's just another Rattata. So something that I'm going to do, I'll probably just, in the Fire Red Let's Play, I am speeding through fights so you can see them, but you know, it doesn't take up too much time if you just want to speed through it. But for this, especially since wild fights are just going to be nothing, I don't know why I'm going over here, especially since wild fights are just going to be nothing, I'm just going to cut them as soon as like we get into it. It's only going to be a few seconds anyway. But yeah, whatever. So I mentioned the whole thing about item. Well, I guess maybe now's not the best time to talk about it. I'll bring that up later. Hey, you came from Pallet Town? You know Professor Oak, right? His order came in. Can I get you to take it to him? Green received Oak's parcel from the Pokemon Mart clerk. Green put the blah blah blah. I don't know why I'm reading. I guess habit. But yeah, no. So let's go run this by Prof Oak's place and move on with the story. Honestly, I kind of get why they do this, but this is... I'm not a super big fan of them immediately forcing you to backtrack. It does kind of teach you that you can do this, that you can just avoid encounters if you so choose. By just hopping down hills. Ain't that fun? Yo, Professor. Oh, Green. How is my old Pokemon? Blah, blah, blah. So you have something for me. Green delivered Oak's parcel. Yeah, I've always wondered what the custom Pokeball is. Maybe something really cool. Maybe it's from Kurt. No, I don't know. I'm kidding. Okay, so yeah, he's gonna give us the Pokedexes. So that's one other point of difference between the fire. We're not gonna be completing the Pokedex or anything. Not even close. In fact, I guess I'll discuss this since he's about to give us Pokeballs. I mentioned before that I can only stay in a wild fight if I'm intending to catch it, to catch the Pokemon. But here's the deal. I'm only going to allow myself to catch Pokemon that I have planned for our main team, with one exception. So basically, including our starter, we're probably only going to have 7 Pokemon. Really, maybe I shouldn't say that because I haven't fully planned this out. But basically, the way I have it is the only Pokemon I can catch are ones that I need for the team or that are necessary for progression. And by that necessary for progression, I mean I need to use them for an HM at some point. For those who know what that is. If you don't know what that is, we'll be getting into that later. But for now, we're just going to be moving on because the only Pokemon in this route are Rattata and Pidgey. And I don't want Rattata or Pidgey, so we're just going to ignore them. It is kind of nice because you might notice I'm using the same borders that I'm using in the Fire Red Let's Play, so there's still going to be that information on screen to just be a neat little identifier if you want to know what you can catch on a route, etc. I'm not going to be explaining it because I'm not trying to be very explanatory and waste time with cumbersome descriptions of things in this Let's Play, but it is kind of cool that I can recycle that. And I don't see any reason not to, considering this game is 4x3, so it just takes up the black space that would otherwise be there. So I'm going to talk about Pokemon Centers, because this is another rule that I want to address. So Pokemon Centers, I can only use each Pokemon Center once. The only exception to this rule is that after a major, I guess the way I'm wording it is boss fight, after a major encounter, like a rival fight, gym leader fight, etc., I will allow myself to heal at any Pokemon Center, even if I've already used it. And if I'm healing at a Pokemon Center that I haven't used already, it won't count towards the one free use that I get for that Pokemon Center. But basically, limited free healing is going to be a big part of this. Also, POKéMARTs. This is what I was going to discuss earlier, but then I realized we can't actually buy anything, so it'd be kind of pointless to talk about it already. For POKéMARTs, I can only buy standard potions, and required items. Usually said items will be Pokeballs. And honestly, I'm probably going to limit that. I'm planning on just limiting that to standard Pokeballs, no other Pokeball variants, just because that'll add an extra bit of challenge with trying to capture Pokemon. But yeah, so other than Pokeballs and standard potions, we can't buy Paralyze Heals, for example, or antidotes. So that's going to be interesting. this is part of the reason why I included the whole rule that excluded the rule that I intended to include, in which I could pick up items, because I realized if I end up getting poisoned or something and I can't purchase antidotes and Pokemon Center usage is limited, it's going to be really nice to be able to find, say, any antidotes I happen to find, but it still would be interesting because the quantity I can use are limited, and it would bring a new level of value to those items. So yeah, that's why when I was talking about that earlier, that's the whole deal. I'm still like, I've never done a full Let's Play with this or playthrough with this style, so I'm kind of like iffy on the rules. I have the rules set out in front of me just so I can like continuously check back to them. So if my commentary when describing them sounds a little stunted, that's why. I'm trying to make sure I'm accurately describing them. And I think that's actually it. So yeah. There's another like there's a few little like clauses, I guess. But we'll get to those when they become relevant. For now, those are the main rules. The only fights I can do are required fights. Or not required fights. The only fights I can do are trainer fights or capture fights. The only Pokemon I can catch are the ones I plan to have on our main team or ones we need for HM usage. If I'm in a wild fight, I have to run. So I can't like do anything like that's mostly there are certain items like moves I could use, say, to heal. I don't think this would ever come up anyway, but I can't like use a wild fight to just heal myself if that would somehow be useful, etc. And then at shops I can only purchase normal items, and required items like standard Pokeballs, or I said normal potions, standard Pokeballs, and anything else that might be required for whatever reason. I just put that there for future proofing, I guess. And I can only use each Pokemon Center once for free, and I can use any given Pokemon Center once for free following a like important encounter. So yeah, also battle stylus is set, not shift. So yeah, that's it. We're gonna talk to this guy. He's gonna explain to us how to catch a Pokemon. I don't really care about that. It's not like we're gonna be catching Pokemon frequently anyway, but he's gonna give us a rundown regardless of what we say, so I guess I'll probably just speed this up actually. So yeah. Was it educational? Honestly, not really. I kinda already knew that. But thanks anyway. I don't know why they don't give you the option to skip that at all. It seems kind of weird. There's the gym we can't access yet, so we're gonna ignore that. And we're moving on to Route 2 already. I believe there's also just... Actually, wait. It might be... Weedles and Caterpies might also be here. You can look at it outside the screen, but we don't want those either. So I don't care, we're moving on. And luckily we can just avoid all the grass on this route. I won't be able to say the same for the area following this, though, because we're headed straight into Viridian Forest. I don't know if I said this in the Fire Red version, but I've always really liked that little pop-up, the little Viridian Forest graphic they use. I think it's really pretty. Because, I mean, it's pretty, but it's also... It's slightly foreboding, or at least ominous, I guess. With the trees looming overhead, casting a shadow, but you can also see the light peeking through. It's very picturesque and very cool. And I think they actually capture it. Like, I'm currently playing through Let's Go Pikachu. I think they captured that sort of feeling that Viridian Forest has to an extent. But I don't know. I still kind of wish it was a bit more, I don't know if illustrious is the word, but we're going to get our first trainer fight. Let's battle them. Okay. Okay, kid. Throw your little wormies at me and I'll stomp them real good. What if you just threw a turtle at, like, a caterpillar? How would that go? I guess this isn't a caterpillar, right? It's bee larva, I guess? It's a little spike worm. Actually, isn't it the needleworm Pokemon? I think that was meant to be a joke, but I think that might actually be correct. I don't know, I'll throw that up on screen. String Shot. So, I'm not too worried about Viridian Forest. I think we're going to be fine. The only thing I'm concerned about is running into a Pikachu. For obvious reasons. I mean, if we can run away first turn, it won't be a problem. But if we can't, Not looking forward to it. Not looking forward to it. Also, I guess I should say, if I do get knocked out and are forced to go to the Pokemon Center, like, I mean, I guess that's just unavoidable. That's just gonna happen. I'm gonna try my best not to faint at all, but if it happens, it happens. The point ultimately is to increase the challenge, not to make it so I hit a dead end and can't continue the playthrough, or like for that to even be a possibility. We finally got a water type move, so we get a little stab going. Honestly, I really like Caterpie. It's pretty cute. I just wonder, like, would it be in real life? Would it be slimy or something? I don't know what a real caterpillar feels like. I don't even know if Caterpie's texture or feel is comparable to that of a real caterpillar. Is it? Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. I found this may just be a really gross topic in general. Maybe I should just get off it. I wish it would stop shooting strings at me. I hate it. Quit making me more blue than I already am, Caterpie. Dang. And oh, yeah, okay. Let's just tackle him and finish him off. Also, that's another thing that's can become a problem is PP for moves, because I can't just freely restore them at the Pokemon Center, and Ethers aren't the most common thing in the world, so that's gonna be fun. Player defeated Bugcatcher Rick. No, Caterpie, you can't hack it. Dude, it's fine. Well, okay, here's the deal. I was gonna make a dumb, like, computer hacking joke, but then I realized that's probably really overdone, and also that's just not funny. So I decided to not do that. Let's get into another fight. Can't jam out if you're a Pokemon. What? I still don't understand that. Catch a Doug. Isn't... I wonder, is it... Every time I hear the name Doug, I think of the Nostalgia Critic. And I think I'm just gonna end that train of thought right there. But yeah, got another Weedle. These fights are more or less all the same. I really hope I don't get poisoned. That would be pretty miserable right off the bat. Did I pick on Andrew? I actually don't remember what we picked up out of those two item balls. Hopefully it's something that can cure or heal. I think it probably is. But I don't know, maybe not. We'll find out. My memory is apparently totally garbage. Either that or I wasn't paying attention. Oh, I have like the list of things that are right in front of me, so I can find out. Okay, so one of them's a we picked up a potion and a Pokeball. I shouldn't have to look to know what we just acquired, but apparently I do. So yeah, that's pretty good, right? Oh, catch Doug. Sent out Weedle. Yeah, I think I might go ahead and heal just to be safe. We do have 2 potions, so I don't think it'd be a bad choice. Oh, we have 3 potions. I can't count. Oh yeah, because we got a potion from the POKéMART guy. So yeah, I'm not too concerned. And also, I don't think we're gonna have a hard time in the first gym. So I'm not too worried about healing right now. Also, yeah, we're really slow. I mean, we're a turtle anyway, so I mean, it's not exactly questionable or odd that we're slow, but we're even slower than Spike Boy over here, Spike Top. Honestly, it really just looks like Weedle's wearing a cone on its head, and I just think it's really funny, really cute. Yeah, Generation 1 seemed to have like a weird obsession with giving things weird, like round pink noses, because like Diglett, Weedle, at least one other. I feel like it's more common than I made it seem with my description just now. It's just gonna harden probably over and over. Yay, fun! This is gonna be real eventful. Let's get it. Come on, kill the thing. Kill him good. Yeah, I'm just gonna speed through the rest of this fight. And that is that. So let's move on, shall we? And we got another level up, so at least that wasn't a total waste of time, right? We learned Withdraw. Player defeated Doug. Later, Doug. I think that's a Ninja Sex Party reference. What a strange reference to make all of a sudden. We got some money from. We stole some money from the kid. Oh yeah. That is that thing I do enjoy and like. There's an item right here. Ooh, antidote. There we go. Now we're prepped if we get a little venom in our toxins or a little venom. That didn't come out right. Okay. Got another guy. I don't know why I walked up behind him and talked to him anyway. I don't know, maybe I just wanted to do the whole nothing personnel meme, you know, remember when that was relevant? Me neither. So yeah, we're just gonna bubble him. I'm not gonna use withdraw or anything. Also, I do want to point out, we didn't use the Viridian Pokemon Center, so that's still open to us at any time if we need it. Hopefully that'll be my little ace in the hole if we ever need it at some point. I don't know. That'd be cool though if we could just always have that on hand and not have to use it until maybe late game. We'll see what happens. Backtracking to it might be a pain until we get to a certain point, but who knows. Critical hit, finally. Hopefully we'll have many more of those to come. Watch that be the last critical hit we ever see in the whole game. And yeah, these worms have like one tactic, and that's slow them down and hit them home. I don't know why I called Caterpie a worm. It's clearly a caterpillar. I don't know. I think I've just lost all care for the matter. But anyway, we level up again. We're actually making good progress despite the limitation on wild encounters. Oh boo, nothing went right. We got almost $1. Almost $1. Let's go ahead and boogie on through. Hopefully we don't get into a fight. How about you? That didn't rhyme, nor was it very song-like. I should just leave and take a hike. Did you know that Pokemon evolved? Yeah, actually I did. That's if there's anything that is well known about the series, it's probably evolution, I guess. I mean, aside from the fact that you gotta catch them all. I remember when all those Christian groups got really peeved about the term evolution's usage within the Pokemon series. That was cool. That was really cool. I say that like I was alive during that period. I wasn't. Or well, I mean, I guess I was alive. I wasn't really a functional human though, because I was born in '98. So speaking of like being born. Okay, that came out weird. Earlier today I was thinking about because I've had Pokemon in the brain since I've been planning this playthrough lately, and I got to thinking about what generation people grew up with, generation of Pokemon. Because this is actually the generation I grew up with. Generation 3, I mean, not 1. I grew up in a weird time in that I grew up after 3D games through their super experimental phase. During the 5th generation of game console. It's going to be weird if we're talking about both Pokemon gens and game console gens, but during the N64, PS1, Saturn era, the whole experimental 3D phase, that had already passed by the time I got into video games. My first console was home console was a GameCube, which is funny because that's what I'm playing on right now. It's not the same GameCube though, because it's funny, I still have the other GameCube, but it doesn't have a component, it doesn't have the I don't know what it's called. It's called, I don't remember what the port's called, but basically, I need an RGB connector to record this the way I wanted, which is funny, because red, green, blue, POKéMONs. But yeah, so the other one is sitting in my dresser, actually. That's not really important, though. I'm getting super sidetracked. What I'm getting at is I grew up at a time where 3D games were very much a thing, but also we started seeing games revisit the game industry started revisiting classics and also bringing back elements from the classics. So I grew up with Mario Sunshine and Sonic Heroes, but I also grew up with Sonic Mega Collection and New Super Mario Brothers So, like, oh, no, oh, it's level 3. We should be fine. Well, I had to run away anyway, but okay, we got away safely. So we're good. I just, like, kind of had, like, a mini heart attack. But it's alright, it's alright. But yeah, included in that, I grew up with Pokemon Emerald, but I also grew up playing the remakes of Generation 1. And honestly, even though I think I got Emerald first, maybe. That sounds correct. I played a hell of a lot more of Fire Red than I did Emerald. I didn't grow up with LeafGreen at all. And I didn't know anyone who had LeafGreen, which peeved me because I really wanted a Vulpix. Because I really liked fire types as a kid. I still like fire types, but really like fire types as a kid. And so I wanted that Vulpix. And I couldn't acquire one because it's a LeafGreen exclusive. Oh well. Okay, so this should be good. And honestly, after we get out of Viridian Forest, I'm going to cut this video because this has been running way long. I think it's fine. It's first episode. It's cool to give it a little bit, a little bit more time to sink our teeth into it, establish ground and all that. But this video, at least my timer is telling me I've been recording for over 30 minutes. And we're out of bubble. Great. Perfect timing. I mean, at least it's not against like a Kakuna or something, because that would have been really obnoxious. Like super mega obnoxious. But what I was getting at originally was I was thinking about like growing up with different Pokemon generations. I thought like it's really interesting to think that there are kids whose like first generation is gonna be the 6th generation. Like so many kids are gonna have X and Y as their first entry. I'm not super fond of X and Y, but I was thinking like because X and Y does have a lot of strong points, or not a lot. It has several strong points, I guess. But it also feels like a really weird place to get in. But then again, like, I got in, like, I guess at the perfect time. It's Generation 3. Oh, come on. We should be able to run away. But this thing just, imagine if it just hits me with thunder and I just die. That'd be great. But yeah, Generation 3, like, considering you both had the remakes of Gen 1, and also, was sort of, because, like, Gold and Silver were supposed to end the series, so, like, Generation 3, did a lot of interesting things in my opinion, since the series, like Gold and Silver were sort of built to be the ultimate Pokemon games, and like Ruby and Sapphire were what came after when they realized that the series was going to probably last forever, I guess. So yeah, I don't know. I think it had a good balance. It's also when Colosseum Next Day came out. I love those games, but we're not talking about that right now. Instead, we're ending the episode. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I hope you enjoy this little run as it continues. Hopefully I'll be able to keep it interesting, especially with the little special rules I've incorporated. Let me know if you happen to find this. Let me know in the comments if you have any advice, because this is something I've never really attempted before. Advice regarding gameplay or how I could make this more interesting, I guess. But yeah, thank you so much. See you in the next one, hopefully. Check it out. It's going to be a grand old time.
Hello kids! 君はもうたっぷりポケモン捕まえたポケモン151匹捕まえた君もまだまだの君もポケモンやるかなに挑戦だ How's your mouth rolling today? ピカチュウ、海竜、ヤドラン、ビジョン、コダック、コラッタズ、バット、ギャロップサンダース、目のクラゲパワーカラカラたまたまガラガラ不思議だねアボイブイウツドンエレブカビゴンカブトサイドンジュゴンポリゴンディグダドドリオゲンガードワスプジュアニャッシャワズ臭い花ラララ言えるかな君は言えるかなラララ言えるかなポケモンの名前ポクーンゴーストイワークヒトカゲラキラとンドルゴレアコイルブクリンゼニガメニョロゾトサキンとファイヤーブスターフーディンブーバーストライクキャタピーピクシーシードラライチュウヒトデマンクラブニドクインサンドパンアズマオトランセルドドタツガリマキドククラゲラララ言えるかな君は言えるかなラララ言えるかなポケモンの名前ここからガラッとスタイル変えてみよう 1, 2, 3 Here we go! Yeah! オニスズメサンドパラセクトスリープフィンガーカイロスピードコリキングサイホンマタドガス不思議そうカメックスシェルダーサンダーリザードダッシュ なラララ言えるかな君は言えるかなラララ言えるかなポケモンの名前
Alright 次は泣きながら歌ってみるってのはどう
泥棒カモネギラプラスラフレシアカブトプスニドリナパレアドマルワイ不思議バナパラスリザードンコンパイアドンメダムゴスペリリダマ
Alright kids, it's time to take a break here
不思議な不思議な生き物動物図鑑には載ってないポケットモンスター縮めてポケモン
ここまで歌えるなんて大したもんだでも難しいのはここからだよよし一気にラストスポット 1,2,3 Here we go
ユンゲラキングラサムライビアラ怪力スリーパーゴリキスタミマダストミプテラ緑のペルシャンアクリルミュウツキューコンスピアベロリンガバタフリータクトリオンニドキングオムスターパルシェニョロモコロンロコンケンタロス